Man? You seen any?
No, I have not watched it.
Do the thing.
It's super free and
must.
legal.
I'll watch One Punch. What is it?
One Punch Man.
One Punch Woman.
One Punch Kid.
One Punch Dog.
Baby.
Head. One Punch Head.
Oh, I look.
How's it going
The
with that?
The art style looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they did the thing today.
I know. I saw. It was great.
Today's episode. Yeah.
Everyone's favorite face.
Yo.
The okay face. Welcome to the Baker
Let's go.
Street podcast. My name is Watson.
Hi, Watson.
Okay, you're not going to introduce yourself this time. That's fine. That's
You're
Leo.
the one that actually does introduce yourself.
I
said,
know.
but Leo's
I
the
always do it.
co-host.
Listen, I was going with hi, Watson. Again, I'm Leo.
And I'm Zach.
And today we have a very special guest, my very good friend, David. How you doing?
I'm Eric.
Hey guys, how are you?
Was
Yay!
Good.
Applause.
excellent. That
I'm
question
good.
was directed at people, and no
We
one
did
answered.
it.
This
All comments.
is episode
These are
8
hard.
or 9 of the Baker Street podcast. I don't know. I might figure out a
Depending
way
on
to
what
get up
happens.
that one that's not cooperating. But
You're
this
not-
is the Baker Street podcast where we talk about the little things because it is little things in life that are infinitely the most important.
You need to get better at that.
Yeah, I do.
No,
I need to figure out where exactly I'm going to put that when I'm going to say
out of
it.
words.
Practice
Also-
in front of a mirror.
I mean, forensics, right?
Watson.
Right.
Watson. It's that time of year. Hanukkah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought we were going to break into song for a second.
No, I was going with Hanukkah.
Okay.
Dreidel, dreidel,
Dreidel,
dreidel.
I made you out of
clay.
clay.
That's all I know.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. That's all I know.
So how about that latest Flash episode, right?
Oh my
That
god.
I loved
was
that.
pretty great.
Especially with the...
The Flash.
Oh,
Leo.
right, that I got spoilered
that
on.
thing you watched with me.
Right. Because I was like, Zach, I need to watch this now.
It wasn't even that big of a spoiler. We knew he was coming.
It's
the
true.
Trickster?
No.
No.
Oh, Wally
Well,
West.
The guy at the end, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Spoil it for everyone else, Watson.
Oh, well, this might not make it in either.
Just call me Watson.
No, I was talking to Watson.
I was the one that said Wally.
Spoilers.
You were?
Yeah, I said Wally.
Oh.
So,
Oh,
what are we
what's
doing this week?
I don't know. What are we doing this
Yeah,
week?
that's right. Welcome to our holiday-themed episode.
Not enough phlegm.
Holiday-themed episode, where we talk about 3 anime that were vaguely wintry.
Very Festivus.
I don't know. One celebrated a birthday.
It did.
Did celebrate her birthday.
And we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Watson, I will
Mm-hmm.
say, just as an objective third party,
Yes.
not knowing that there was supposed to be a holiday theme behind the animes that you picked,
Mhm.
I'm not really seeing it, man. Not.
Well, you
That-
didn't. You also didn't watch 2 of them.
I watched Eccentric Family.
How much?
Holidays not till the end.
Yeah.
I
You,
watched 5 episodes.
Yeah, holidays
Okay.
at the end of that.
yeah.
one.
You didn't get far enough.
Okay.
Unless you're talking about the festival in the middle of it.
That one doesn't count. 'Cause that's not the holiday we're talking about.
I mean,
Hanukkah?
Yes.
it goes very
Basically
quickly
end of
from
the year.
fall to winter to New Year's.
They literally just skipped 3 months.
But we'll
in
get to
between
that.
those two.
We'll get to that eventually. First, we're going to talk about Sanct Young Men, and then we'll go back to Eccentric Family, and then finally, we will talk about One Piece, the Drum Island arc, which is episode 79 to 90. Good. That's exactly how I feel. Now,
Wrong side, bud.
You did it, Leo.
Yes!
Number 1.
all right, let's just take a start with Saint Young Men. All right, plot: Jesus and Buddha go to vacation in Japan.
That's the thing.
The end. That's the plot. Hijinks ensue.
You got it.
There's a kid in there or something. I don't know.
3 children, actually.
Only one of them actually cares.
That's true.
He's an alien.
Jesus. Oh no, Buddha's an alien.
Buddha's an alien. Jesus is Johnny Depp.
It's very
Buddha's
true.
also the chosen one.
Mm-hmm. Buddha can't ring the gong. Only authorized personnel can ring the gong.
Yeah, he cannot ring the bell.
I would like to point out that this anime made a bold choice of making Jesus not kosher.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Definitely ate crab at one point.
Yeah, because Jesus is Jewish. Even though the whole Christianity thing.
Yeah.
Meh.
I found that strange, but also forgivable considering Japan.
Yeah. They could have made a couple more jokes in there that I pointed out about Jesus' birthday, but they didn't.
It's true.
I mean, we're just going to skip to the best part of the movie, or are we going to talk
No,
about all
we're
of
gonna
it?
The best
start
part
at
was
the
in the
beginning.
middle.
The
Really?
best part
The
was
Matrix
the
joke.
Matrix.
Oh,
That was the best part.
That was the only thing that actually made me laugh that hard.
The Matrix?
Yeah.
Yeah, where three kids jump out at Buddha and shoot rubber bands at him. And
Oh! Okay, no, my
Yeah.
favorite part was actually the Christmas part, but okay.
Nah.
that was the best joke. Was the Matrix joke?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was the most well-animated sequence, I will put
yeah.
that. Especially when Buddha
He
gets
just comes
cotton
up and
candy.
squirts him in the face.
No, when Buddha gets cotton candy in his hair. And that sequence,
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought that was hilarious.
I think I was in the bathroom during that.
Oh,
So I don't know how that was resolved.
Yeah, me neither. I was doing something.
oh well,
We were
Because
multitasking.
weren't they trying to shoot him and he got cotton candy in his ear and then things happened after that I
yeah,
didn't
it
know.
was in his
cotton
hair,
candy ended up
so-
all over his face.
yep. And so
Not,
Buddha goes off.
Jesus' face.
Yeah, and Buddha goes off to get it off his face, but he goes off and goes alone. So the kids follow him, and he undoes his hair, and he turns into a Japanese horror character, and turns around slowly
Makes sense.
and scares all the kids away. And he's just like, "What's going on? Oh well, it's all clean." And then he puts his hands together, and then his hair just sucks back into his head.
Seems legit.
He's Buddha after all. That's a well-known characteristic of Buddha.
He has lots of hair.
That it sucks back into his head.
But Jesus is the son of a gang boss.
Yes.
Okay, I think that joke was actually better.
That was a really funny joke too.
I like how we're just saying things at this point, and
Look.
we haven't actually said anything.
Really, yeah, we're just talking about specific jokes at
All
this
right.
point.
Look, what else is there to say? It's a
I know, the
lighthearted
show,
romp through the daily life of Jesus and Buddha, who happen to be on vacation in Japan.
Nah, it's Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp and Buddha. Johnny Depp, the crime boss son, and Buddha, who can't swim and parts the pool.
Parts.
And he's an alien.
Oh yes.
Well, that's why he had to walk on the water. He can't swim.
So he's just
Also,
gonna
I have
walk.
I have a question.
Yes.
Answer.
Are there, and this might be totally irrelevant, but are there more Christians or Buddhists in Japan? I would say
Nice.
Christians, right?
No, it's Buddhist.
No, I think it's
I'm
Buddhist.
fairly
It's
certain,
Buddhist.
yeah.
Okay.
I think it's actually neither. But if I had to choose
'cause it's-
between those two,
Out of
think
those
it's
two,
Taoist, isn't it?
considering Shinto is an
Not
offshoot of
Shinto.
Buddhist.
Shintoism. There we go.
Shintoism is an offshoot of Buddhism, so
say
yeah, I would say
Tao
Buddhism.
is like Korea.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's Shintoism.
But there are a good number of Christians
Oh,
in
yeah.
Japan.
Yeah, there's a solid amount.
Mhm.
Although
Yeah.
Christmas in Japan is a romantic holiday.
Which
Like
is,
Valentine's Day.
and that's what makes that part of the movie my favorite part. Because
Yeah.
all right, but David, you had a question.
No, yeah, I mean that was my question. And so I guess from like a cultural standpoint, well, and see, yeah, now I want to go back and actually
was
watch.
more offended.
Now I want to go back and watch this damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
But-
movie or 4 episodes.
It's definitely a movie and 2 OVAs that don't really matter.
Yeah, it's true.
I'd be interested to see how they treat, like, because think about something like that airing here in the United States.
That's
Jesus.
why.
That's
Yeah.
why you can't get it legally in the United States.
That's why this is the first show that is not available in the United States that we're covering.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I mean but that's the thing though, is I don't feel like that
It's not PC, bro.
plot, it's not inflammatory. The plot itself is not inflammatory. Like the idea of Jesus and Buddha hanging out,
No.
I don't think that's not something that people should freak out about. I mean, I understand if people do, but
No,
you
it's probably more the portrayal of Jesus himself is not what people want him to be, like an aloof goofball,
Yeah.
okay,
which isn't going to make it any more easy for it to show up on overseas.
I'm sure they could.
So do they make him look like stupider than Buddha in a certain respect? Like,
Actually,
They both have
occasionally,
pretty-
but they both have silly moments. They're
Yeah.
not.
They both have a
immune.
lot of quirks.
Yeah,
Like
they treat them like
make
real
them piece-
people as opposed to, godlike
Not
figures.
real people.
religious icons.
well, what and was Buddha a real person?
Well, I mean,
well,
historically
It wasn't his
speaking,
name, but yeah.
historically speaking,
historically,
they both
Buddha's not the
existed. So
person that
yes,
Jesus is.
Yeah.
Buddha's a state of being based on the religion.
but the
There's
first
been,
Buddha,
Yeah, the first Buddha is the
Which-
one that everyone thinks of.
which is the
as
one that
Buddha.
we're talking about,
Yeah,
and the one
Yeah.
that is relevant to this show that we're talking about.
correct.
He
That's
was
one-
the but like he was a real historical figure.
supposedly.
He was.
I don't know
Yeah.
too much about it, but I'm going to hazard to say yes.
Okay.
I mean, he's as much as a real person as Jesus is at this point.
Yeah, I would wonder if it's more of like a King Arthur situation.
It might be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is all
Well-
speculation that we have no
Yeah.
grounds in. Just by
My-
the way,
My one semester of world religions didn't teach me this, or it probably did, and I just don't care.
Well, and even if they probably have a pretty good like idea of when the first Buddha lived, and so again, a person is a person, even though these like religious icons are built up by people around the world, they were mostly human being, like
Mhm.
at the end of the day, and I think that's I want to go back and watch this because it sounds like something that I'd actually really enjoy
Yeah.
to see
Mhm.
kind of how like does it provide a commentary, a little like social commentary.
No,
not
really.
too much, no. But
None that I can think of.
I mean,
Because
I don't know.
you
It's
could have
not
made they could have made some statements, I feel like, with that
Which one?
with that
The first one.
relationship.
Because that's the
Oh,
Buddha
it's
that's in
Gautama.
yeah.
their
Gautama.
relationship's more like we were hanging out in heaven and wanted to go get away from our job for a bit and go chill in a place that they wouldn't necessarily be automatically recognized.
That's pretty lighthearted, yeah.
Yeah.
So they do.
If there
have
is any
a time
commentary,
period.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Leo.
It's the Uga period in Hinduism, which is an epoch or era within the fourth age cycle. I don't know what that means though.
What does this
Very,
have to do
very
with?
illuminating.
What are you talking about?
He's trying to find out when Buddha.
3102 BCE, which is where Buddha would have been first enlightened
Oh,
to
okay.
Buddha.
So basically, we have no idea if Buddha actually existed, considering how far back he is.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Like I said, Jesus, same thing.
There's more historical evidence for
We-
Jesus.
we've basically proven
Let's
Jesus.
not go down that one.
Jesus.
We've basically proven that Jesus existed. The other stuff is not exactly possible.
Well, and the one real reason why we can prove pretty easily that Jesus existed is because crucifixion was such a big deal. And
Well,
so
yeah.
and so it's like whenever something like that happened, the Romans made sure to like keep a record of it.
It was
Yeah.
record, yeah.
That's true.
And so it's people always like to be like, oh, I don't, how do we know that Jesus was real? And I'm like, okay, there are plenty of ways to criticize like the Christian faith.
Mine's more,
That's-
yeah, Jesus is a man, but
Yeah, Jesus as a person existed, but it's
We don't need to go down the other half of that statement's rabbit hole, though.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's a different podcast, Watson.
Yep. That's
not this one.
why I'm trying to avoid it. Okay. Yeah. No. If there was any social commentary, it would be in the half of the, the part of the movie that I like the best, where Jesus and Buddha celebrate Christmas in Japan. and Jesus doesn't even know what Christmas is actually about because
didn't know it was a- he
Japan
didn't
doesn't
know it
know
was
what Christmas
Christmas
is actually
anyways.
about.
Yep.
Yep.
He didn't know what day it was.
I don't. The joke is Jesus thinks that Christmas is the day that Santa achieved flight with reindeer, and that's why everyone celebrates.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
So wait,
that is
did they say
commentary.
Santa's a
That's
person in that
commentary.
show? Like an actual
I don't-
person?
Yeah.
I don't. I think it's implied that yes, Santa also exists in quote unquote heaven. Possibly, I don't know. It
In
wasn't.
that point, it might just be Saint Nick,
Yeah,
like the actual.
Well, he definitely
Saint
said
Nicholas.
Santa Claus.
he did
did
say
he?
Santa. Hmm.
Oh, I don't know.
But
Don't
I don't
remember.
know if he actually mentioned
Whether or not he
Santa
knew
as
Santa
a
or something.
yeah. He was just super happy about celebrating Santa.
And not his birthday.
Well,
And
He forgot it was his birthday.
well,
I really wish they made that joke.
Yeah, I was saying that they should make the joke that Buddha gives him the present and the cake, and he's like, "Dude, my birthday was in like June."
yeah. I mean,
this honestly sounds like a much more PG episode of South Park. Like what you guys
Yeah.
are describing right now.
It's like if
it
South
kind
Park
of, yeah.
had no edge.
It wouldn't be South Park then.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just thinking back to
It-
the episode when Jesus and Santa fought, like the very first South Park.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
They haven't shown Jesus in a long time in
they
that
haven't.
show.
I think
Not
was the
recent
last
to-
time the one when
Yeah.
when he died. He got killed by the Pope
Maybe.
in the
They
Vatican
not shown in
episode.
the movie.
No.
You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Oh,
where
like
they show
the-
Kenny's face and the devil and stuff.
Yeah, he's in that.
Wouldn't that be the last time then?
Maybe I don't know. I don't know the timeline of South Park. I just know that it's been a very long time since I've seen Jesus in anything.
Yeah, I can't remember. I mean, I haven't watched the last like 3 seasons of South Park just because they haven't like been on Netflix.
On Hulu.
But
They're
This
for free
pat-
on southpark.com.
That too.
yeah, yeah.
I feel like
Anyway,
I feel
Not
like
to get us sidetracked.
yeah, I feel like I would have appreciated the movie a little bit more had I known more about Buddha's side of all
Oh.
this.
I agree.
Watson's going back on topic.
Yep. But you know, it's all the jokes about Jesus that were made I got and I appreciated very much as a Christian myself. And it you know, it wasn't I love the idea that Jesus and Buddha just go to Japan and chill.
I would have enjoyed it if I actually would have watched it.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Because I think I was on my phone the most time.
Yeah, you should go back and actually watch it because
Sounds like homework.
well, isn't that the whole point of this podcast though?
No, it's not. It really isn't.
Okay, well,
As much as you wish you could be a school teacher about anime,
I don't.
this is not homework time.
All right, so I would definitely recommend the hour and a half it takes to watch it. It's definitely worth your time, religious
I
or
thought it
not.
definitely ended like 3 times during it.
Which is why it's also 4 episodes.
It could be, but it is. I mean, I didn't. It was more like plot point. Let's move on to the next thing. It's more of an episodic movie than it is
Plot.
4 episodes, and there is no plot. The plot is they go and do things. Like, here's the
No, I was
plot.
thinking
Jesus and
focus.
Buddha have an apartment together for a vacation in Japan. Jesus and Buddha go to Tokyo Disneyland. Jesus and Buddha
sir,
go to
that
a
was
flash. I'm
Westland?
sorry, Usaland.
Thank you.
Tokyo Usaland. Jesus and Buddha go to a flash sale. Jesus and Buddha go to the pool. Jesus and Buddha go to a festival. Buddha is harassed by the neighborhood kids. Jesus and Buddha disappear and everyone misses them. And then Buddha throws Jesus a surprise birthday party, and Jesus and Buddha bring in the new year at a Buddhist shrine. That's the whole movie.
But you
The
forgot
Buddha?
the archangels.
The Archangels.
Archangels.
I do like the little side bits where, like, Jesus gets on his phone and starts talking to Saint Peter or Saint, one of his disciples, That was more in the OVA, but that joke really got to me because they were good. Jesus gave the landlady a goat, which he didn't realize was not something that you do in this day and age.
We need to get that card game.
What card game? Goat?
No. It's like Cards Against Manzi.
Oh, the Bible Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. A game for good Christians or whatever.
Yeah.
That game looks
Trash.
hilarious.
Yeah, no, let's not get that.
No, but it's hilarious.
It's going to be hilarious for 5 seconds, and then you're going to realize, no, it's not that funny.
Oh, see, we just mix it in with the Cards Against Manzi cards.
We can do that too.
Actually, it's basically just an expansion at that point. Let's be honest.
Huge expansion.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, I would recommend it. Zach, Leo.
Pretty not but.
I don't know. I thought it was meh.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not for everyone. But if you just want something to, I don't know, cheer you up this holiday season when
I
you're
enjoyed
sitting
it.
alone with your Doritos all alone.
The animation was good.
It is A1 Pictures.
It's decent.
They
Like,
hardly
it was
put
funny
out.
at points.
Yeah, A1 Pictures doesn't usually put out a bad product.
It wasn't bad. I was happy with it.
Cool.
I'm glad I finally got around to watching it
Excellent.
because Tumblr makes gifts all the times.
Yeah. All right. Let us move on
They made it easier now.
to the next part. Next point of business: the Eccentric family. Guys, this is my favorite anime currently, and there are many reasons why. But you guys go ahead and give it a start. Talk about it. I know Leo and Zach, you both finished it, and David, you're episode 5, right?
I just checked episode 4.
Episode 4. You got through that one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, you just started getting into the actual plot of the series.
Okay.
Plot.
Fair enough.
There is plot.
There's lots of plot.
There's many plots.
What I've seen so far has been very interesting, and what I've really liked from the first couple of episodes, the art style is really nice to look at.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing flashy about it, but it's very, very tasteful, I feel like. I also feel like it does a good job. I don't know. I feel up to this point, there's been a simplicity behind the interactions of the characters, and I feel like that's reflected in the art pretty well, in my opinion.
Very, very much so. And the way the characters are stylized, it makes the CG background characters not 100% stand out. Because
Especially since I didn't notice most of them.
exactly, I only noticed them on my second time through the series, and at this point, I've watched it at least 3 times through.
I'll have to go back and look at that.
Yeah, no, they are there in the background, which that's one of the sticking points in anime that I have. If you can tell that the background characters are clearly from another show.
Some animes do that on purpose.
And some of the animes, it's very distracting and creepy.
It's like a tennis anime or something.
Yeah, like one of those tennis animes.
Hey, baby steps is good.
Yes, but the background characters watching the tennis matches are not.
But the Eccentric family has no tropes, no stupid anime archetypes, no boring gimmicks.
I'm not sure if you're being serious or not.
No, I'm 100% serious.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, where you tell me, Leo? Where are they? Show me.
There
I'm
And-
looking at a little blue star and a guy with a big nose. And
I have a
oh, it's Mario.
I have a Super Mario Galaxy background on my computer.
Okay, so yeah, tell me where the tropes and gimmicks and boring, overdone anime stereotypes are in the Eccentric family, Leo. Where are they? You making things
That's a
like
lot of
they
work.
are, yeah. So, yeah.
I mean,
I'm
there was a decent amount in the first episode
Yeah. I mean, there's a
where
whole
where
just like
he's just
Studio
running around
Ghibli
just
thing.
running around as a high school girl all day, like that. I
That goes
mean,
away pretty quick, though.
that was a decent dose right off the bat. I feel like.
Maybe
And-
not a whole lot of tropes, but there's a lot of references. Like just Studio Ghibli made.
Okay, right. No, the Ghibli moments are great, but I'm just talking about in the characters themselves. There's no tsunderes. There's no overbearing garbage. There's no fan service. And what
Meaning mom's kind of tropey at times,
explain?
but not like a mom.
Oh well, yeah. When they're in their transformations, they can be a little bit silly, but I feel that's more of a statement about
Like when she's the captain.
society. Yeah, the prince
The
Captain
Prince.
Prince.
at the pool.
Same thing.
Yeah, at the pool hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, the prince. Yeah, but it never dives into this stuff that is super obnoxious and I found horribly, horribly annoying.
Because Watson, you have no taste.
Obviously. Because Marika is clearly the best girl in Isekoi, right?
No.
And Chitoge should totally be with Raku instead of Onodera, and I don't care about any of those girls actually, except for Paula, because she's the only one that's not a stereotype.
Actually, what you just said, I do agree with.
What?
I do agree with the whole Shizuke being with him.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay,
That's what I want.
Well, we're talking about the Eccentric family anyway.
You're the one that brought this up.
All that matters, Watson, is Chie's best girl.
Yep.
It's been decided.
Chitoge?
No,
No,
Chie from
Chie.
Persona 4.
Oh, cool. But
She
the
has
Eccentric
shown best
family. All right, yeah. There's in this show in the Eccentric family. There's a cast of 11, 12, 13 characters that are important. Maybe 14 if you count the one that shows up in episode 5.
Let's see here. 4 brothers.
Yep, the 4 brothers, the mom,
Mom.
the uncle, the 3 cousins, and Ben 10 and the Tengu. Akadama Sensei.
Can
Yeah.
you count Dad?
And
Not really.
technically,
He shows up. I mean,
yes, Dad exists, but he's also dead.
Yeah, I wouldn't
For
count
the
him as
whole
important.
Which, nah, he is very
half the
important.
show they talk about him. He's extremely important.
It's very tasteful the
Yeah.
way they talk about loss in
Yeah.
this show, which is another reason why I love it. Because
They
it's
really underplay it almost.
no, it's not. I don't think so. I think it's just
Like-
the time has passed, and they don't need to be all super mopey about it, and they pull it off perfectly.
Yeah.
It's also a Japanese thing, too. Where, like, you moan for, like, a month
Oh well,
and you stop.
I mean, it's not like they don't feel anything now. It's just that because Yaichiro does break down later about
Yeah.
stuff that are
And
mostly spoilers
his
that we
brother's
can't
a
talk
frog.
about. Well, yes,
And
his
his
brother is a frog for
reasons.
reasons why he cries, but that's
I agree every time.
but spoilers. And David, you're gonna keep watching this, I assume. So we're gonna try to
Yeah.
stay away from that kind of things that made me cry.
Agree every time. Actually, yeah, just watching cries.
I cry at things that I get very attached
Like a
to.
boat.
Look,
We'll talk about that later.
we're not getting to
No, we
that part
won't.
of
We're
One
not going that
Piece.
far.
David, did you cry when Mary died? Because Leo's been up my ass about this.
A boat can't die. It's a boat.
Yes, I did cry.
Good. Leo just doesn't
Um,
understand.
Not die. It's a boat.
Yes,
Gets
I cried when
destroyed.
Mary died. It was
That's
that
different.
was that was pretty sad. That was pretty. And the thing is, you say a boat can't die, but I feel like at that point in the series, it was pretty established that Mary wasn't just a boat.
That's not a boat. That's a man.
That's the King of Red Lions.
Oh, look, visual jokes on your end of the call are not
I'm
gonna.
not making
There
a
wasn't a visual joke.
I
He just said,
I just said, but Wind Waker.
Oh, okay.
and it's not a boat. It's a man.
So is Mary. Did you skip Skypea?
No, I watched Skypea.
Okay.
And
Anyway,
Even though it's awful.
because
Even
Mary
though
has
it's
a soul doesn't make him a person. He's a boat.
Mary is a person. Mary gave them
No,
the
it's a
boat.
fucking boat.
No, Mary gave them the boat.
This conversation.
David, do you think Mary's a mink, by the way?
What?
From way back in Syrup Village, do you think that Mary, the Kaya's butler, do you
the
think he's a
sheep
mink?
dude.
Yeah.
My God.
Leo, do you have something to say?
I haven't
boat.
seen I haven't seen that theory thread on Reddit yet. That's quite interesting to think about.
Mm-hmm. Leo, do you have something to say, Leo? Leo, you seem fairly vocal. Do you want to put words to that?
No.
No, because it's just going to keep this conversation going.
All right, cool. We'll get back to One Piece eventually, but
It's a boat.
oh my God, stop!
But.
Don't touch it. Ha.
Boo.
Shadow says that.
Okay. Anyway.
Eric's not here.
All right. Well, let's run through the characters. We got Yasaburo, the third son. He's our main protagonist, and he's the one that we. Well, you know,
He's the main protagonist.
That's his description. He's very interesting. He describes himself as a tanuki who admires Tengu from afar and imitates humans, which I don't see how that's too terribly different from most tanuki, but whatever.
He doesn't
He's
have
one of the
giant
best.
balls.
He's one of the best ones that does it.
Well, that is true.
That's the point.
Yeah, he does imitate. He does have many human transformations, as opposed to most tanuki who have maybe one and then a whole bunch of
Maybe a couple, yeah.
animal or object transformations.
He's also awful at objects.
No, he's just awful at making new objects. He's only good at making objects that he can see.
Oh. He didn't become a good Daruma.
No, he became the exact same Daruma, and that was the problem.
She just blowed smoke in his face.
True.
She noticed that his Daruma and the other Daruma in the room looked the exact same.
I don't pay attention.
Okay, yeah.
No, you don't.
Look, I've seen it 3 times. I can tell you what happens.
I'm sure.
Then we got Yaichiro, the oldest of the Shimogamo sons. He's overbearing and trying to be dad, but he can't because dad is dead, but he's going to try his darndest anyway. That's his character.
Oedipus complex.
That's his
That's...
No. No.
He's trying to be dad.
That's not what that's called.
He's not trying to bang his mom, though.
Are we sure?
Are we sure?
I'm fairly certain.
Uncle's trying to bang his mom.
True.
Uncle's pining for some mom booty, but
Mom's got nice
That's-
Professor's also
Look,
pining
that's-
mom Tanuki booty.
that's as far as we need to go with that for David's sake.
booty.
Then we got the Tengu, the main Tengu of the show. There are multiple, but the main one we got is an old fart named Professor Akadama. He's old, and he's got a one-track mind for Ben 10. And Ben 10, she's actually a human. The
Right.
only human, well, one of 2 humans in the show that we care about. But Ben 10 also learned how to fly from Professor Akadama and other
She's
things.
magic.
She's magic.
She's become more than a human and powerful somehow. And in the first episode, we see her as just a normal just normal human, and she seems
Yeah,
friendly and cheerful. And then you see her later in the episode outside of this flashback, and she is completely different, intimidating and cold. And it just makes you wonder what happened, what made her like this as opposed to how she used to be. And that's another thing about the show that I love so much. Every episode introduces a new thing that makes you say, wow, so why and how, and can this episode go on another 10 minutes, or do we have to wait another week? Please stop. Don't stop.
Another
Just
week.
keep going.
Or literally pull it up right afterwards.
Right. I was watching this one week to week originally, and I had all these feelings about, no, just keep going. Stop. Don't stop. No, come on.
I'm making all the extra noise.
Good. Now, Ben 10 is a part of this group of people known as the Friday Fellows, who are all named after they take on the names of the 7 lucky gods of Shinto for their meetings. Ben 10 is the goddess of knowledge, I believe. I looked it up earlier. I don't just know this off the top of my head. And annually,
Which one's Kazoku?
I don't know. I don't even remember what
He doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the other, the important one, the leader of them.
Ebisu, probably.
No, I don't think so. I think it was a different name.
Bishimon?
Look, you could just keep talking about all the Noragami things that you know about.
Those are all still 7 gods of
yes,
fortune.
I know, but it's the only reason why you know who they are.
Shh. Stop calling me out.
So, right, these Friday Fellows annually, they have a Tanuki hot pot, which of course puts a damper on their Ben 10 and Yasuburo's relationship, even though Yasuburo kind of has a boner for Ben 10.
I was going to say he wants that booty.
But, you
He
know.
doesn't want that booty, though.
Nobody doesn't want that booty.
Yeah,
The little
that's
boy doesn't.
pretty
The little boy
accurate.
is scared.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that is his character. Speaking of which, Yashiro, the one that you guys are talking about, he's the youngest, and he has trouble with transforming, and
He's a kid.
he's a kid.
He's 12.
He's in the show for reasons that are relevant much later, but
To
for
plot.
he's pretty much just a plot device eventually, but it's not
You're
to
a
say
plot
that he
device.
isn't an enjoyable character. The
Yeah.
short times that he is in
I
there.
was really hoping you were going to say enjoyable plot device.
No, I mean it's fairly Deus Ex Machina-ish. Not that it.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't just show up out of nowhere. They did explain it earlier, but it is just in like, you're here because you can do this thing.
Do the thing.
We also have the mom who is afraid of thunderstorms. That's her shtick.
And the prince.
And she becomes a prince, and she's also... Actually, I'm going to take that back. Her conversations with the uncle, and in flashback or not, are some of the best back and forths in the show. Outside of course, any scene with King Kaku and Ginkaku.
It's true.
They are my favorite.
You're my favorite.
They are assholes, and they are idiots, and they are the best.
Those are the 2 brothers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the uncle's kids.
Yes, the uncle's kids.
Okay.
They're the
That's what I
worst
thought.
and the best simultaneously. And there's 3 other characters that matter. There's the second son, Yaijiro, who, despite being in Tanuki, for some reason has decided to hole himself off in a well somewhere. Just
It's easier
for
being a
reasons.
frog. I mean, come on.
Oh,
There's
I mean,
reasons.
you just
There's
gotta-
reasons.
There are reasons, but we can't talk about them because David.
Because spoilers.
Rip.
I don't think it's because David. It's because spoilers.
I mean, there's also spoilers that I don't want to spoil for anyone who hasn't seen it. But he's a frog in a well, listening to people's problems, helping other people out by just knowing that there's someone else there,
It's always
magical or
listening.
not. Yeah, he's just in that well. And then there's the uncle's other offspring, Kaisei, who was Yasuburo's ex-betrothed. And she's important
She's there.
She definitely has her place.
She's a plot device.
No, she's a character. She's more of a character
Yeah.
than the fourth brother.
A little bit, but
She does have one episode. She has one episode where she gets to be a character, and then
her entire existence is mostly plot device.
I'm not gonna say this show is perfect. I'm gonna say this show is my favorite, and a show doesn't need to be perfect to be anyone's favorite.
Still love the show.
Yeah,
It was one of my favorite openings when it came out.
Oh, all the music, the opening, the ending, especially those two songs are very good.
I remember when this came out and when we did the review over it. Or there might be a video left from
No,
the
I
12
took it
months or the 12 days.
Yeah, I took it down.
Oh, never mind. Because I know we talked about the music a lot during that time.
Yeah, the music in the show is befitting of the setting and the tone at the same time, which I think makes it very effective. You know it's there. It's not like a lot of shows where the music exists and you could it's there but it's not noticeable. I think there are a few songs that stand out occasionally.
I feel like
I hear them in my head, and it's pretty much just like the opening in the whatever the I don't know how to describe it.
All I know is every time I watch the show, I try and sing the opening.
Yeah.
It doesn't go very well.
Zach, do you remember the song with like the saxophone that goes
Oh.
I didn't hear you because someone else was right next to me.
there's David, you might remember this too. There's just I don't know what the instrument is, but it goes
Careless
dun
whispers.
dun 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 dun.
Oh god damn it! I'm with you too.
No clue.
Okay. Okay. Well, that song is
I've
played.
lost it. Okay.
That song's played a lot.
I recognized it.
Yeah. That song
Careless
is
Whisper
played a
shows.
lot, and obviously, "Careless Whisper" is the best song on the soundtrack, because that's why it was brought up, right?
I mean, if we're talking about best songs on the soundtrack, I'm just going to talk about the TMNT 2 trailer. So, yeah.
I mean, okay. Anyway, there's one other character that is important, but he's not
Thank you for not
exactly.
breaking out into song.
He's not exactly there. He's
Copyright strikes.
he's the dad, the dead dad.
The
which
dad is there.
basically the driving force behind the show is dead dad.
There's stupid blood.
Yeah, they're foolish blood. They're blood of idiots or whatever. But as everyone should know, what is fun is good. So the blood of fools, which is the actual term that runs through their veins, is fine.
Yeah.
And with this giant cast of characters that I brought up for obviously a reason, I wouldn't just go off on a tangent talking about these characters for.
I don't know. He goes off on tangents sometimes.
I do, but these characters all work off each other very well. And they feel like a real family much more than most other shows do.
Wait, could you
And
do that to me?
that's not I mean, that's kind of a thing saying that a lot of anime don't have large families in them. I mean, the one that comes off the top of my head is Summer Wars.
I was going to go with Adam's Family.
It's not an anime.
There's the cartoon.
So, did it air in Japan? And are we
Probably.
in America? Well, first of all, are we in America?
Yeah.
Did it come from Japan?
No.
That's not an anime.
Wait. I need you to say that one more time.
Yeah, explain those criteria again, because I think you're backing yourself into a corner here.
Huh?
Explain me to that one more time.
Look,
Say those words one more time.
we're not in Japan,
That's true.
Uh-huh.
and the show was not made in Japan.
All right, cool. Avatar The Last Airbender is not an anime.
No, it's not.
Cool.
It just looks like one. It looks similar to one.
No, but the internet can go shove it now.
I mean, it doesn't matter what you think of
Nope,
the show.
the internet can go shove it now. Continue with your rest of your thought.
What, the baby's complaining that Avatar isn't an anime and should be
No,
considered
no,
one?
no, the actual thought.
The part where we were talking about the family.
Oh. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of shows that just have a family that works off each other the way they do. And also, single moms, not a huge thing in anime.
True, it's not really.
Okay.
And
Well,
single
was
moms
like-
that are important to the plot are not a
There-
huge
there
thing in
we go.
anime.
yeah, I was about to like wait, pulling that back.
What's that about Ash's dad?
Tragic backstories.
Yeah, but they don't stay for the whole thing. They make me cry for an episode and then leave because they're dead.
You're dead.
Although you know who was a really interesting anime mother? Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh,
Yep.
deadbeat mom.
Deadbeat mom's best mom.
Deadbeat mom, but like it was
Picture Ash's
those episodes
best
were
mom.
those were sad episodes.
Forks
The
oak all the
first
time.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that all that?
I've
No.
been watching it recently, and she hasn't shown up past the first arc, so
Oh,
I'm gonna
wait,
hazard
Mom?
a guess that yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she shows up the first arc, and then sometimes when they're actually in Japan.
Oh, you know
It's
what?
not-
You know what? I'm getting it confused with. I associate Keiko as being like a motherly sort of figure.
Which is
I mean, that's what
understandable.
she's supposed to.
Yeah, and I always get
Mhm.
like the one scene that's coming to mind right now is when his soul he comes back to life.
Oh, he's just like, hey, Keiko, sup?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mhm.
And like I don't know, the mother and the Keiko aren't like distinguishable. Like they aren't like completely unalike in appearance.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
it's like, oh,
I mean,
been 2
Although I
years.
do think,
I think every girl in that show has some sort of brown hair, except for Botan
yeah, I'm thinking that
and the demons.
what's oh god,
The announcer. What's the announcer's name?
Cat girl or mermaid girl?
She's-
Oh,
is-
dude, fuck.
is she
Mermaid.
not a dragon girl?
She might be a dragon girl. I don't remember.
It was Cat
All I
Girl,
remember is
though.
she has like mermaid ear things.
Yeah.
Which could be taken as dragon ears too.
So the Eccentric family.
Yeah, I was about to say I didn't watch that anime.
We'll talk about. I'll put that on the schedule. We'll have a Togashi month eventually. But
Ooh.
um,
Did you watch Sailor Moon during that month too?
that's not,
And just said the whole family?
I suppose that is Togashi technically. But
Because they're married.
yep. All right. So
God damn it.
okay. So I was saying things. Family's good. I like family. The third episode.
One for me.
The
Who are
third.
you, Whitebeard?
The third episode in the Eccentric family is it's so atmospheric. When they're walking through the fan shop and then go back to the bay behind it and go meet with Ben 10,
Oh yeah, gotcha now.
it has an atmosphere to it that is threatening but
And then whale
mysterious.
surfing.
And well,
Yeah.
yes, naked whale surfing is also a plus. But it is tasteful
fan service.
naked whale service.
Yeah, no fan service.
No, they do a good job. Like, yeah, not making it very fan servicey.
I don't think there's any.
No, there isn't.
Because, I mean,
I mean, there was the one little part in the first episode where he shrunk his boobs because they were getting in the way.
I wouldn't.
yeah,
that's like
kind of, I
anti-fan
guess.
service, though.
That's true.
Like,
Well,
if you
I
would
don't know.
make
Some
it
people like them
bigger-
small.
I mean, I get, yeah. I'm more of a butt guy.
The very fact that we have to elaborate on that one moment shows that that for me was a tropey moment from the first episode too.
Oh, the
When-
I tried to make a
Boob
joke
shrinking?
for you. Didn't pick it up.
oh, I'm
I
sorry.
don't have a joke with that.
The boob shrinking, David.
yeah, the
Just going with butts.
boob shrinkage.
It's our
I mean, it
apartment's
wasn't.
favorite show.
They didn't dwell on it, and it wasn't really shot in a way that was supposed to be taken in a sexual way. It's just there were boobs and they were getting in the way, so they disappeared.
It was a joke.
It was a joke. Boobs are funny in Japan.
Yeah, that's
That's why we have panty machines.
And aside from all that stuff that I'm saying, there's also these moments that just feel like straight out of a Miyazaki movie. Two of which you have seen, David, the Lucky Cat and Tiger fight on the bridge in the second episode.
Yes.
And the what we just talked about, the bay behind the fan shop.
Yes.
But then
My
there's
favorite one's the last one.
Oh, well, I think there's two in that episode actually, but yes,
To be completely fair, I've only ever seen Nausicaa, but I've watched it like 6 times because I love it so much.
Yeah, Nausicaa's
It's okay
funny.
to be fair to you. I've never seen Nausicaa.
We can fix that, Leo. I'll buy it, and we'll watch it.
I was gonna say, doesn't your sister have like their collection?
Yeah, but here's the thing about that collection: it's poop.
Yeah, no. That's why I was going to get the new one that has like
Right,
all
I almost
23 movies.
It has 11 movies.
No, there's a new one.
Are you talking about
There's
the
like
Amazon
23.
exclusive one?
Yeah.
It only has the ones done by Miyazaki. There's only 11.
I'm okay with no. That's not the one I'm talking about then.
Okay.
There's one that has like 23. Actually, I might be thinking of that one. I don't remember.
Is it white?
Yeah.
Yeah, it only has 11. I was thinking about buying it yesterday because it was like a lot off, like 80 something dollars off. But then I realized I kind of want to have all the individual Blu-rays. But that's off topic again.
Yes, 2 for 2.
Eccentric Family.
I highly
Thanks,
recommend
David.
it. Highly. I cannot recommend it any more than I already have. It is both my favorite show and my favorite show of 2000. What was the last one I did? 2013.
13. It was 13.
Out of all the shows that came out in 2013, and mind you, that was the year of Attack on Titan.
No, it's 2013.
Yeah, 2013.
Because our YouTube channel is
that's right.
2 years old.
Yep, 2013. That was my favorite show when that video still existed and didn't get us a copyright strike.
It was number 1 on the list.
Yes, it was. And now that you can't see it, I'm just going to state it, that it was number 1 and it will remain number 1 and it will continue to be number 1 of 2013, even if it doesn't remain my favorite anime of all time. But as of right now, it is my favorite show of all time.
That show's 2 years old.
Yes, it is. And it still holds up. And there's nothing wrong with it.
I don't think about those things.
It's math.
It's okay. I'd vote it right behind our apartment's favorite anime. Because butts.
No, it's
'Cause we're
not.
butt
No,
guys.
it's not though.
I'm making a reference.
Prison School is your
established-
favorite?
We've established that's not our favorite anime. We've talked about how that's not our favorite anime.
No one likes Prison School, seriously.
I like the live action version, seriously.
But see, that's slightly more tasteful than the anime.
No.
It's not? Oh boy.
Actually, yes, it's very much.
No.
It's more tasteful.
David, David, do you want to weigh in on the Prison School debate?
On the prison school debate?
Yeah.
Yeah, his answer is what? Don't watch it. You don't want to.
Do it, David.
No, you will not like it. I guarantee it. You will not like it.
If you're a butt man, that's where it's at.
God damn it.
No.
You just looked it up, didn't you?
No, I did not.
Oh,
I did not look it up.
good. Don't.
I don't plan on looking
I
it
mean,
up.
don't look up the uncensored version.
Oh,
I mean, it's all.
God damn it.
Oh, that was the thing too.
the censoring's the
just
best part of the show. It makes it bearable. Anyway,
It's true.
Just remember.
Eccentric Family is highly recommended by me. David, you've
Yeah.
only seen 4 episodes, but
Yeah, no, I'm gonna continue watching it. Yeah. Yep. It looks, from what I've seen so far, it definitely looks like my cup of tea.
Mine's
And I don't know, it's not a. I think it's
derailing things.
it's unique, I would say.
Yep.
In a certain regard,
agree.
but I have to keep watching it to form a better opinion on it before, saying too much. I think.
you can come
My
back on and
opinion is
revisit.
there's
later.
a reason it was number 1 on our list.
Yep.
So,
Was Watson pushed so hard that he overrode Leo.
No, Leo agreed.
No, that list that year in 2003 was pretty fair between me and Watson writing things for it.
Yep.
And by writing things, I mean making a list.
Yeah, and Leo definitely pushed a show on there that I didn't care for, but that's fine. It was number 9.
I don't remember what show that was, but probably I did.
It was the one about the one that was just kind of it exists now.
You're saying words, and I have no idea.
Mayu or whatever.
Oh, Mayo's great.
In your opinion?
Nah, economics.
Cool.
And crop rotation.
But it's
the farming one.
Yeah, farming. It's great.
But it's not Spice and Wolf, and Spice and Wolf is
better. When I told you to watch that show, though, you tried to watch it for story. There is no story in that show.
Anyway, Zach
has names.
Zach,
I loved it.
Good.
I love the animation. I recommend it. Watch it now.
It is available.
Don't listen to the One Piece part.
Why is that though on here?
What?
Everything's on there.
What One Piece part?
Just stop watching this video. Go watch the Eccentric Family. You don't need to listen to the One Piece part.
No, go watch Prison School. Actually, no, wait. Better. Go watch Bleach.
Oh.
No, please don't go and watch Bleach. Please stay. No, please stay and listen to the One Piece part. It's
gonna
be great.
Isn't it universally agreed upon that Bleach is just awful?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
And
it's really not.
No.
People like Bleach for some reason.
I used to like Bleach.
Anyway, next part of the podcast. Let's go before we drive
school.
everyone away.
That was dumb.
Before we talk about One Piece, I believe it's appropriate.
No.
I believe it's appropriate to talk about how we feel about One Piece as a whole before we start talking about this one little portion. 11 episodes out of a 700 plus episode series.
Which is the reason I will never watch it.
Right, so go ahead, Zach. You state your opinion.
I from what I've seen, I haven't liked it. Not a fan.
How much have you seen, though?
Oh, bits and pieces. Whenever like Leo and Forrest was watching it, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was me and Forrest.
Whenever Forrest and Leo were watching it.
Okay.
So 2 years ago.
Yep.
No.
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Okay. So, by all accounts, you really haven't given it a shot, but you have seen some.
Yeah.
No, you watched a good deal.
I've probably watched a good...
You've watched over other people's shoulders. You haven't seeked it out yourself to see if you would actually like it by starting.
The damn thing's 700 episodes,
right,
man.
This is when Watson starts just trying to get people.
I gave you a point to jump on, though, and you just...
I was watching the Eccentric Family. It was good.
Look,
it.
I understand that as an animated story and as a collected object, the Eccentric Family at this point in time is a better story than One Piece as a whole.
It's true.
But this one story that we're talking about today, I think, holds a lot more emotional weight than the Eccentric Family does.
No.
Yeah, I would.
But we need to before we get into that.
He's gonna say something not with me.
David, go ahead. What are your opinions on One Piece
as a whole?
An experience with it.
Yeah, gosh, I started watching the show back in. Well, okay, I watched the first 10 episodes probably about 3 or 4 years ago, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't do it.
Hold on,
but
give me a second. Let me grab my DVD set to see where you were.
But that's not going to work.
Yeah, please.
Because my headphones are in.
Oh yeah. No, that's exactly the point where people don't like. Yep. Continue.
There came this time where, for like 6 months or longer than that, 2 of these guys that were in my a cappella group here at the college I go to, they would come to rehearsal every goddamn week, and they wouldn't shut up about this bird cage. in One Piece, and it got to the point where I was like so intrigued that I started watching it myself. And I would say right now, um, he's definite. Oda has definitely set it up so that it can go on. It can sustain itself for quite some time longer. I would
It's
say.
pretty great.
Um, that's the thing that sticks out to me the most. Personally, I think it's the best shonen that I've watched
You've
that
never watched Monster, have you?
includes I don't know, like it's really it's the comedic element is oftentimes not done well in the genre, and I really like the comedy in One Piece. Um, that contrasting just the this grand adventure of like the universe that they're going on. Um, I don't know. I like the show. I I'm a devoted One Piece fan.
All right, Leo.
Um, my opinion on One Piece. Um, I used to enjoy it. It's a good show. The manga's good at times. I still usually read it. Um, but I'll be honest, as a person, I've matured and I've gotten better taste, and I realize it's not as good as I used to think it'd be. So yeah, that's my opinion. I'm more mature now.
I'm not sure if that was intentionally inflammatory or you're just actually stating your opinion.
Well, I mean, a little bit of both.
Okay, cool. That's what I
I
thought.
mean, I think it is good as a show. I think it is good for some people. I just don't enjoy it as much as I used to. I mean, I love the characters of One Piece, but I think at this point I'm kind of in agreement with the Zach. The story's just gone on too long, and I mean, like, it hit 700 and was halfway done. Like, nah,
No, I
it's too
was
much
halfway
for me.
done
It might have
200
been
episodes
600.
ago.
I don't remember.
No, it was more like 5.
But when they hit Fishman Island, which was at least about 600,
Oh no, it was halfway
only
done
halfway
before
done.
Fishman Island. But yes, I understand. I understand that, and I kind of agree to an extent. But okay, first of all, my experience with One Piece. I first heard about it through Little Karibo's Naruto abridged version
let's
with
go look for the One
with
Piece.
Aruka Sensei saying, "I like One Piece," and you know that's kind of a stupid thing to say, but I it got me to check out One Piece because Little Karibo's Aruka Sensei parody character liked One Piece, and I started watching it. In, I don't remember when I started watching it, but I did. I, I believe I got when I did start watching it originally. It was when I was still I think what it was I was watching Shippuden dubbed, and I ran out of episodes of that. So I was just like, well, let's start another thing. And this was, back in high school when I cared about Naruto enough to keep up with it. Or
I still keep up with Naruto
the
when they're
anime?
not in filler.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
when
they're
they're not filler.
friggin' filler, dude. I hate it so much. They're
you know what One Piece doesn't have a lot of? Doesn't have a lot of that filler. It's a true statement.
Doesn't make it better.
Anyway, I watched a good portion of One Piece then, and then I took a break from it because I don't know. I don't know what point in the show it was. I'm thinking it was around. I'm gonna say it's around Skypiea.
I can tell you the exact episode that hooked me for the long term. It was the first appearance of Whitebeard,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, at that point, I was so thirsty. Like that's when I started to.
You're about to say thirsty.
I was thirsty. I was like, I want more of like this huge world that you're building. And like, but then like Whitebeard doesn't make another appearance for like 100 episodes or something.
Yeah.
And I totally get the whole gripes with like the story's gone on too long. Personally, I don't really. I feel like, in my opinion, both Skypiea and Thriller Bark were somewhat unnecessary in terms of like how long each of them lasted.
Agreed.
Especially Skypiea, just
Okay.
like, oh my god, it I felt so long to me, and I was like, what are they even doing? They're just in the sky, you know.
They're
That's
building. Okay, I could go on a tangent and talk about how important Skypiea is going to be in the long haul.
no, and we now know that though.
Yeah.
We now
But
know
right, watching it, Skypiea meant nothing.
it was like, yeah, it was just like they're in the sky and they're just fighting. I don't know, like,
I do remember where I stopped initially. I was actually in those filler episodes in Alabasta. Like when they're just traveling in the desert right after Ace leaves.
oh yeah, yep.
That's when I stopped watching for a while because it just seemed like it was dragging on forever. And obviously, there is no reason for them to have put those episodes in Alabasta. They didn't exist in the manga, and they add nothing that we already didn't know about Vivi. Anyway, it took me until my senior year in high school to get back into it, and I actually was spending a good portion of after school and even during band class when nothing was going on in the latter half of my senior year, when I would just go over into the choir room, the choir lab, and just bring up a website to watch One Piece. I got through a lot of Water 7 that way.
Huh.
Yep. And after that, I caught up with the dub, and then I switched to the sub, and then I caught up with the sub, and I switched to the manga, and I've gone back and watched a good portion of. I'm current with the anime right now, and all right, I'm just gonna say it. The anime is not. The anime is not the way to experience One Piece at this point. After you get through Water 7 and Ian's Lobby, you don't need to watch all of the anime anymore. After that point, you know which chapters you want to see animated, and you go back and you watch those certain episodes.
That's what I did for Fishman Island.
Oh, Fishman Island's not even very good in the manga.
It's true.
But
I did that for Fishman, but then when I got into Punk Hazard, I felt like, okay, this stuff. I liked Punk Hazard. I thought Punk Hazard was a very good.
I definitely skipped a good portion of Punk Hazard from the anime because the pacing was so slow.
Yeah, it was. And that's just, yep. It's the nature. I think it's just the nature of the game that the animators have to play.
I lost the game.
The nature of the game is they don't want to do filler, but in doing so, they leave it open to having one chapter per episode, which for Dressrosa especially has not been a good plan.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, despite what I've said about the current anime, the canon, the anime, the parts of the anime that are canon to the manga up through Water 7 and portions of Ian's Lobby are some of the best. No, there are just... It's... Okay. It's not well animated. It's cheaply animated by Toei Animation. Let's get that out of the way. Dragon Ball doesn't look that good. One Piece doesn't look that good. That's the name of the game. Alright? It's cheaply animated. It is cheaply put together. It is thrust out there just because it makes money. But that doesn't stop it from being directed well and having emotional impacts. Episodes, especially in these 11 episodes that we're talking about today. I will say that Drum Island is not my favorite arc. but it's my second favorite of the core cast's backstories.
It's your second favorite?
Yes, second favorite.
He likes Nami.
Yeah, Nami's backstory is my favorite.
Well, yeah, Nami's not. I feel like It's really Nami's is easy for it to be and I agree. Nami's is my favorite one. After that though, this is your second favorite.
Yeah.
Mine is Natsu's.
Look, we're not talking about Fairy Tail, and I understand that you prefer Fairy Tail, which is beyond me why the reason, but it's your opinion and you're free to have it. We're not talking about Fairy Tail right now.
Wow, we actually didn't go off on a tangent for once.
I would say
would have led me with that one.
I would say Usopp's is probably the lamest.
No, Zoro's.
Really?
She falls down the stairs and
Okay.
dies. And she
Hey, yo,
might not be
It's
dead,
a serious thing.
but she's probably dead. She's probably not actually
She's
Tashigi.
not Tashigi.
My second favorite after Nami is definitely Sanji. I liked the
Manga or anime? Because
because
the impact is much different in the manga.
it would have been the anime.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have been the anime.
Yep. You know what happens in the manga?
What?
Zeph eats his leg.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you
But-
have.
All right. Yes, Sanji's is pretty good. I can understand that, and the manga version is better in my opinion.
Well, yeah, that's fair. I mean, I haven't read all the manga chapters.
Yeah.
I've probably read like maybe 200 of them. So
If I were to rank
know.
them,
809 or something like that.
yeah, right.
if I were to rank the 9 backstories, Zoro's
10.
is definitely at. Jinbei doesn't have a backstory,
Yet.
and he's not on the crew yet, technically.
My favorite backstory is the little elf guy backstory thing from Little Green. He's my favorite backstory.
We talking about Dragon Ball right now?
No. Talk about
No,
One
we're-
Piece.
we're not
I'm
Oh wait,
actually
you're talking about
One Piece.
Gaimon. Oh my god. Why?
I'm actually talking about One Piece.
You said Little Green, and I was just like,
And you thought Dragon Ball Z.
abridged? Yeah. Dragon Ball Z abridged. I'm gonna
Don't
call
worry,
you
we're
Little
thinking about
Green.
Don't fuck with
No.
the white mage, man.
I was actually talking about One Piece.
Uh,
I mean, green
Gaimon's.
bit though.
Don't fuck with the white mage.
Wait. The Tontatas didn't have backstory. What are you talking about?
That's why it was my favorite.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I'm rude.
There's the punchline.
Okay. I'd probably say Nami, Chopper, Luffy, Robin, Sanji, Usopp, Zoro. No. Put Brook in between Sanji and Usopp.
Soppo's dead.
Totally. 100%. Absolutely dead.
Anyway,
Now-
let's talk about Drum
Drum
Island.
Island is. It's easy to talk about with. Look, listeners, all 5 of you who are real. Drum Island is the second piece of One Piece material that I would recommend to someone who hasn't seen any at all and wants to get into it. Okay, it's got a lot of the stuff that One Piece has to offer for you. It's got bizarre characters with great humor. It's got weird animals. It's got a grand adventure, and it has heartfelt stories. All 5 of those things are what's the core in One Piece. What you get and what you're about to expect. If you want something shorter than these 10 episodes, there's a movie. It's the 10th movie, and honestly, you don't need to watch any other movies if you're gonna watch one movie. this is the one.
10 movies. Are we Dragon Ball Z?
Pretty close. One Piece Strong World is the number one thing that I can recommend. But outside of that, and
Strong World
maybe
actually is a good movie.
yeah, and outside of that
Real
movie
talk.
and the episode where Ace and Blackbeard fight, which
Well, Film Z is a good movie too.
yeah, but you need to know more about things to understand Film Z. There's a whole lot of Marines that are dealt with in that story that don't show up often. And also, you need to know who Aokiji is. But yeah, outside of Strong World and the episode where Ace and Blackbeard fight, which honestly is not the best convincing point for a lot of people, just other shonen fans, I would say. Drum Island is just a fantastic part to see what's going on, what you're going to deal with, and then you go back and watch it from the beginning. Right. So, and it's not my favorite arc. And David, would you say the same?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's a good microcosm of the series, and it's only what, like 13 episodes or something like that.
11 if you cut out the transitional episodes at the beginning and end.
Yeah, and so I totally see what you're saying, but it's not my, even pre Alabasta, it's not my favorite arc. I think what it did for One Piece was a couple of things.
It introduced the moneymaker, obviously.
Yeah, yes. The moneymaker? What?
Do you realize how vast the merchandise for Chopper is?
Oh yeah, okay, right. Yeah. Well, yeah, we get Chopper, and he serves as the doctor for the crew, which turns out to be like an important thing. What what else do we get from Drum Island? I remember when I went back and watched it, I thought Wapol was, I did not like him as an antagonist.
Oh no, he's horrible. He's not very good. But that's
I
kind of the
thought-
joke.
Yeah, he's just a really crude antagonist, very typical. I thought Kureha was an interesting character.
She's one of my favorites in the whole series, actually.
She plays kind of like an anti-hero sort of thing throughout the arc. I am not a huge fan either of Hiroluke.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, Dr. Hiroluke. I thought his plot line was just kind of bizarre, to be completely honest. The whole cherry blossom thing, yeah, that was great. That was nice.
You realize we're talking about One Piece right now, right?
Yeah, and I know we're talking about
his is the storyline you think is bizarre?
But we all
Foxy.
Foxy. The one thing that I really started, like, this is what I started to notice with like the style of each arc, is that Luffy is like clearly just out of everyone's league at this point in the manga or in the series.
Yep.
But it's just these stupid little, or not stupid, but it's obstacles that get in the way from him just doing what he has to do so they can leave the goddamn island. That to me, that's kind of the way that I felt when I watched Drum Island for the first time. Is I was like, I know that like I want to go see them fight in Alabasta, like I don't really know what they're doing here necessarily.
Right.
You find out later on in the arc, but
Yeah,
at times it was just like, why can't Luffy just go beat up Wapol and we can just be done with this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is a sticking point. Because This is a very interesting thing. It does come at a time where it's in between this giant Baroque works saga that just halts for a moment because Nami got sick. And
Exactly.
you just
Exactly.
want to get to the end. You want to see him beat up Crocodile. But
No, and especially because I thought Little Garden was done very well. I liked Little Garden quite a bit. I liked the antagonist. Was it Mr.
Mr. Three.
Three?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mr. Three. I liked him. And then we just get to Little Garden, and it's
You like wax
Drum
wax
Island?
fruit?
You mean Drum?
oh then we get to Drum, and it's just kind of like, oh, okay. But I did think I did like a lot of it was probably in the second half of the arc, some of the scenes with Chopper um, being excluded from his herds. I thought that those were compelling moments.
Yeah, we can talk about the times I can have to count on two hands where I have cried in this arc.
I would never say I didn't cry during this arc, but I will say that it was um, he was like, and I guess Chopper is still kind of playing the role of like kind of like the crew's underdog, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, he's part of the weak trio, if you will.
yeah, but more so than that, he's kind of like the member of the crew that gets no respect from other crews. Uh, but and I will say, but that's another cool part of this arc is that I thought that looking back, they made it seem like Chopper was quite a strong ally for them to acquire
Not that he
during the
isn't.
fight scenes.
Yeah. I wouldn't say he isn't.
No, yeah, yeah. And so overall, my feelings on Drum Island are pretty mixed. And this is, and I went back and watched most of the episodes over this past week, and my opinion really hasn't changed that much. One thing that also did stand out to me is just like the devotion that Luffy showed to his crew
Mm-hmm.
with carrying Nami and Sanji. That was another thing that stuck with me when I first watched it.
That scene is hard to watch.
It is. It really is. It's like, damn, this like 16-year-old kid is just like
free climbing this sheer 90-degree angle rock face
with two other people on his back.
Yeah. Bleeding and freezing.
But again, it goes back to like Luffy really was just he's out of everyone's league at this point. Mm-hmm. And it's like, we didn't really know how strong Arlong was when we watched Arlong for the first time. Later on, you find out how strong he is actually. And then right after this arc, he goes and beats Crocodile. So, yeah, I don't know. There wasn't a ton of. I'm on the Wikipedia page right now, and I'm trying to see if there are any other interesting things that come from. There was the mention of Blackbeard,
right? Yeah.
Too.
Mm-hmm. But okay, let's talk about stuff that you don't exactly have to do with anything outside this arc. Stuff that within this arc are important. Stuff that is here in the now and what we need to get from it. I mean, aside from the fact that, Blackbeard was here and we got our first Zoan-type devil fruits. What makes this arc good are, well, in my opinion, the comedy is on point in this arc. The hiking bear, the Zoro getting cold and lost gags.
Yeah.
Vivi slapping Usopp to the point where his face is swollen to 3 times its normal size. When the hiking bear shows up the second or third time, when
Sounds
everyone's
super tropey to me.
well, excuse me, it is a shonen, so it doesn't have to not be, but it can still. It's not like tropes are inherently a bad thing. If they're done well, they can work. It's just most of the time, fairy tale, they're not done well. So, I can throw them right back at you, Leo. Don't even worry about it.
I also loved the rabbits.
The Lapins, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Right. If we're gonna count the times that I have cried in this arc, first time is when the baby Lapin is trying to dig out its mother.
Oh yeah.
That's when it starts bleeding. That's difficult to watch. Luffy climbing the mountain and getting to the top has no. It's when he says that they're my friends is when I've teared up. In the dub, when Brina, the voice of Chopper, tells Nami, is listing all these things why he can't
Become ghost?
no, I'm talking about Chopper.
You mean the cum ghost?
No, I am talking about Chopper.
You mean the cum ghost?
When he starts listing all these things, reasons why he can't go with them, and then he just says, "But my nose is blue." It gets me. And then basically every 7 minutes within Chopper's backstory I've cried. Chopper crying because he's got bread. Chopper being shot at by Heroic chasing him away. Chopper coming back broken and beaten with this mushroom. Chopper realizing he's poisoned his father figure for the last year. When Heroic blows himself up. Dalton apologizing to Chopper. And then finally when Chopper is waving Heroic's flag, begging Kureha to teach him. And probably once more at the very end of the arc when the sky lights up pink.
So we should have talked about all the times you didn't cry, because then it would be a shorter list.
No, because most of that happened within 2 episodes. Most of those cryings happened within 2 episodes. So
yeah, they were the flashback episodes of the arc.
I will cry for those entire episodes.
Yeah, and I guess for me, I just kind of wanted them to get a move on.
Mm-hmm. I can understand that, but it's also kind of, I've made it a point to watch this arc every year around in December because I feel like it is such a well-told story in and of itself, and it is inspired by Christmassy things. Chopper has his blue nose, and there's another reindeer who had a different colored nose and he got excluded from things. Except for this story actually has teeth. Teeth that cut deep.
Like rocks into your hands.
Uh-huh. The use of Ave Maria in the last part of that flashback is... why don't they use more classical music in this show? It fits more often than not.
Because the rights are expensive.
Classical music?
They are not at all.
Public domain music.
Yeah, they're definitely public domain, Leo. I think you can. I think Watson, go ahead and just enter Ave Maria right here.
If I can find a recording of someone who's willing to do that.
You don't have to. Just
look,
put the orchestral.
It's not the recording itself that is.
Here, I'll sing Ave Maria Day.
Go ahead,
do it.
You can.
Nope, that's too much pressure. I mean, I could have.
We will not get a copyright strike.
But I'm gonna put it like way down there, not way up there. I was gonna go Ave Maria. I was gonna go low.
But you gotta get a little boys choir to sing it. It just doesn't have the same impact.
No. Boo-hoo.
I'm not the Mormon Tabernacle.
If you guys want to hear a good Ave Maria, listen to what's his name? Michael Bublé and Josh Groban both have beautiful Ave Marias.
I don't doubt it.
I don't know if you can sense my sarcasm.
I mean, those are two artists that I wouldn't peg you as huge fans of.
Yep.
uh,
But I agree with that comment that you were making about them. They like using classical music more. Although I don't know. I do like the soundtracks.
yeah, the soundtrack
it's-
is on point. That's not the problem. It's just that there are certain points where we don't need to keep hearing the same songs over and over again. We could use a little variety, and it wouldn't be hard to play those instead.
I think this might have been the arc. What's the song that goes? Oh gosh, it goes like da 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 bum 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 bum. Do you know that one?
That's not the part of the song I recognize if I do.
It's like
Yes. I want more penny whistle solo.
Penny Whistle Solo. It's like, oh gosh, it's something. I wish I could just play it for you guys, but it's like the main sad theme that they used in the
Oh, right. Yeah, I
parts
know what you're talking about. Mother
of the
C.
show.
And I think it's called Mother C. But
No, it's something gold. Something
is
gold.
it the piano song?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And didn't they use that song a lot in this arc? I feel like they did.
Well, see, there's not a whole lot of sad songs on the soundtrack, and there's a lot of sad moments in this arc. And yes, that song is used fairly often.
And see, okay, and here's another thing I have to criticize about the music of this arc. I hated the opening that was happening during this
no,
arc.
the opening that ran too long.
Yes,
The opening that
well,
needed to stop.
it's like the isn't it the one that's like the really awkward? It's
The
like
one with the
awkward
visuals
dance.
that are stupid.
Yeah, Yep.
The most PowerPoint edited visuals.
it was terrible.
Yes.
It was just awful. And so like that mixed within like I don't know, Drum Island for me, like it wasn't that great of an experience going through for the first time.
The first time it's not, but when you go back and have the Funimation DVDs where you can go in and just do marathon play, which skips both the opening credits and the ending credits and the episode preview, it's glorious. You play the opening once, and then it skips to the episode, and then at the end of the very last episode, it'll play the ending credits and the episode preview for the next one, and it skips all the ones in between, so you just take a ride. Funimation's DVD releases are great, and everyone should buy them. Funimation, give me money.
The ads are taking over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're getting much money for that.
Probably not. All right.
I think they pay you per 1,000 people. How many fans do you have?
We have 9 subscribers now. Thank you, Lou.
We did it, guys. We almost hit double digits.
If only.
There were 6 people that viewed the Facebook page though today.
Yes, they did. It's quite a strange occurrence. Leo, what are your opinions of this particular arc? Now that we've
This
gone on?
particular arc,
Yes.
I mean, it's important because Chopper's an important character, and I mean, I love Eric.
That's a joke that no one understands.
That's okay. Other than that, I mean, there's better arcs. I've never cried during One Piece, so I don't have a soul or something.
I don't know. You've
Two.
cried at things that are much more heartfelt than I have, so
It's true.
take with that what you will.
But no, I mean, it's the part of the One Piece that I was still interested in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the time when I remember watching it, like the last time I watched this arc, actually, I lied. I lied to you earlier when you asked me, Watson.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I watched this arc is when we marathoned One Piece, because like I think it was during camp one year. We sat down. We were just watching One Piece every week.
Oh yeah, but I don't
That's
think
probably
we were
last time I
at
watched
that
it.
part. We were in Marineford at that part.
We might have.
That point.
I don't remember, but that might have been the last time I would like actively was watching One Piece a lot. I don't remember if we got that far.
I did
If
take.
we did,
Right.
yeah.
I do want to say that this time, as opposed to most times, I did watch the sub as opposed to the Funimation dub, which is an important distinction to make, by the way, especially this early in the show. Um, I, okay. In my mind, when I'm reading the manga, I interchangeably hear both Funimation's actors and the Japanese actors, depending on how the line is written. I can hear either voice for any of the Straw Hats. So, with that in mind, it's not the Straw Hats that would make me tell you to watch one over the other. It'd be the side characters. And if I... They're not that far yet in the dub. I believe Kureha is played by the same woman who does Goku in Japanese. And she does a fantastic job as Kureha. However, and it's not that the Funimation actress doesn't do a good job.
She does an awful job.
But she doesn't do as good of a job
as Goku
does. But I think I don't know. All the other characters are seemingly... I think all the other actors, in my opinion, are on par with each other. And I'm not sure I would recommend watching one over the other for one specific character. Who is, honestly, she is an important part of the arc, being Chopper's mother figure and all.
She also, I remember I just picked this up like yesterday. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe she was the first person to point out that the Pirate King's name was not Gold Roger, but Gold D Roger.
That is the first inference, the first reveal for that.
And it was her.
Yep, and she and her youthful 130s would know this kind of thing.
More stuff about that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Zach, this is what you're missing out on. Jokes such as youthful 130s. Zach, I'm going to lend you Strong World, and we'll get you into One Piece yet.
Jesus.
I'll make sure we don't. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, One Piece is hard to talk about. Just talking about one arc in particular.
Yeah, I mean, I really like where the manga is right. Manga, damn. I really like where the manga is right now.
The manga?
Yeah.
The manga?
The anime.
Manga?
Anime.
What about Amy?
The anime?
But no, I like where the manga is right now. I don't know if you agree, Josh, but
well, I mean, look,
stuff is set up to take. I think there's going to be some big stuff happening over the next few weeks.
Coming off of the last arc, it's kind of hard not to be.
Yes,
considering it went on for 2+ years. And it's very taxing. You came off of not having to deal with that, but... And I'm not going to say that...
I got bored halfway through.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that there are points in this manga where I was frustrated with it. I didn't give up, but I did... was frustrated with the pace. And I'm not going to say that it didn't have an impact on the story that will be evident later.
For me, what's just astounding is how... Oh, sorry. Did I hear Watson I cut you off? Keep going.
No, fine. Go ahead. I was...
What's the current state of the manga? For me, what's astounding is how deep we're in. Like we're in so deep already.
That's what she said.
But he keeps adding things that just are going to make
Making them bigger.
he's just gonna make it more like who the hell is this new warlord? Like, does anyone have any clue as to what that actually is? Like, I don't know, Watson, if you have any opinions on where that's gonna go.
I've heard opinions that he may be Jack's son.
Okay, that's like just that's so he's part of Kaido.
No, he's just Jack's son. Period.
Oh,
not that he has any affiliation with Kaido at all. He just is.
But that he's just Jack's son.
Yeah.
Okay, that would make it a lot less complicated then.
Yeah. And I'm still of the opinion that Jack is Captain Morgan. However many people may feel about that is, I think that'd be cool. Some people I've heard
Axe
think
hand?
that's, yeah, some people I've heard think that's a very stupid idea. And don't think that even though that we're 3 years past his last appearance in the story, that he couldn't have grown that much. And I mean, I disagree.
They brought back Hachi, man.
Yeah.
They could bring back Morgan. That's cool to think about. I haven't read that yet, but I think I like where the manga is headed right now, and we're finally about to get to the juicy stuff in the anime too.
Oh yeah, 2 weeks from now it'll be. Or if we're not off, we'll have the important thing that happened in this arc. Well, one of the important Luffy thing.
Yeah.
At least 2 episodes from now. Probably going to be longer than that, to be honest, because the anime is paced horribly. But it's not like the manga was paced any better. But it is a weekly manga, and it is a lot more acceptable for the manga to be this slow than it is for the anime. Anyway, let's round this out, guys.
My legs don't work like they used to do.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It was great. That's all you need to know.
All right, cool. So, this has been the Baker Street Podcast, where we talk about the little things, because it is the little things in life that are infinitely the most important. My name is Watson.
I'm Leo.
I'm Zach.
David.
Cool. All right. Where can
David?
Do they have any? Do the denizens of the internet, can they find you any place that you would like to state?
Twitch.tv/Robot and Jones.
No.
I mean, if you guys wanna hear me sing, but no. This is the first sort of podcasting I've ever done, so very uncharted territory for me. So, I think I have some YouTube videos, but I mean, I don't go by an alias, no.
All right, cool. Zach.
I'm on YouTube at zman4491. I'm also on Twitch. I started streaming again, playing through Final Fantasy VII. Twitter by the same name, and I think that's it. I don't know. I don't keep track of what I do anymore.
Oh, I do. Oh, I can shamelessly plug. I do stream on Twitch Rock Band 4. Anyways,
How do you do that?
Anyone? How do I do that?
No, isn't that
Camera.
like wrong?
No.
No, it's just with the
you're not.
PlayStation. It's just a.
No, I mean like the whole music thing.
Well, no, it's more like he's not like making ad revenue off of it. He's just
Okay,
kind
right,
of
yeah.
streaming it.
Yeah,
True.
I'll
That's
stream.
where it gets fishy.
Does anyone here play Rock Band?
No,
Yeah. See, no one does anymore, and it's sad.
just Guitar Hero's better.
Guitar Hero just came back out, and we both bought that.
No.
Wait, Watson, you got Guitar Hero too?
No, I got Guitar Hero Live.
Funny joke.
You got Guitar Hero also?
Yes, I did.
They changed the controller. That's not okay.
I like it better this
Made
way.
it much better.
No, the pink.
Yes.
All you people complaining about the pinky
Yep.
need to go away.
No, it has nothing about pinky. It's harder now because there's 10 buttons instead of 6.
You mean? Wait, you mean?
There's 10 buttons instead of 6.
Right? Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yep.
I don't know. I wanted the classic experience of like the 5 buttons.
I still got my PlayStation 2 Guitar Hero guitar.
Yeah, we
I
do
can
have
do
that
that.
here.
I mean,
I used-
I would have gotten Guitar Hero 2 just for Strong Bad, but I don't have a console to play it on.
We do.
Do I have Guitar Hero 2? I might. I don't know.
I have it somewhere at home for the PlayStation 2. I think.
I definitely have World Tour and 3.
Anyway, Leo and my things are both in the description. We are going to take off the majority of the next month, the next
Woo,
4
winter
weeks
break.
for, reasons related to wintry
Jesus.
holidays. And
Christmas.
yeah, we talked about Jesus earlier. We're gonna
Actually, no, guys. Let's be serious. It's the time of the year. I need to go get my pole. We'll celebrate Festivus.
for the best of us.
Triggered.
Yeah. Well, for the rest of us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a Festivus for the rest of us.
Cool.
I'm triggered now.
Time for the airing of grievances.
But when we come back, we will be talking in January about
things.
a certain. Well, in January we're gonna have our first theme month.
We had a theme month
This
before.
was this.
No, we didn't.
No, this
Yeah,
was
we
just
did.
This
an
was
episode.
theme week. What was our theme month before, Leo?
We
didn't have one.
Give me a second. I'm pulling up the schedule. I swear we did.
No, we didn't.
We've had theme episodes. I don't think we've had a theme month.
Yeah, we had the Halloween episode, sir,
Okay, that was
and
an
we
episode.
had the Halloween episode.
The episode beforehand was not related to Halloween also.
You're not related to Halloween.
But when we come back on the 12th of January, well, tentatively the 12th, it depends on, when I actually get this edited and put out. But when that comes back, our theme will be superheroes, and the anime we will be talking about are Tiger and Bunny and One Punch Man.
One Punch!
How
So
are we
I
not going to have this done by the 12th? I mean, you've got like a month.
Watson gets lazy during Christmas break.
Also, we will record it before the 12th and may only be a day or two beforehand, so
Really?
look,
I was expecting like a week. I've only got to watch one of these anime anyway.
Me too.
we're not going to record it next week.
No, I said like a week before, like the first week of January.
Oh, I mean, we could, but that's not. I mean, that
That's
would,
not tradition. We have to do it. What?
The day before.
2 days before it's supposed to go up, so Watson freaks out when the audio doesn't sync up properly.
It's true.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, that's probably a good plan to record it the week beforehand, so I actually have time. But yeah, David, maybe you'll be able to join us for that as well.
Yeah, send me a Facebook message.
Cool. All right.
Speaking of which, Watson,
Yes.
are you and I doing a top of this year?
Doing what?
Like best of 2015?
I mean, if you
Yeah,
want to.
Is that on there?
Isn't that the
Oh,
guest?
of 2015? No, we're gonna do a fall. I don't think we need to do the entire year.
No, you haven't done a summer or spring.
We did summer. We didn't do spring.
We did summer. We didn't do spring
You did do summer. Oh right, yeah, with Lou.
with Lou. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I might actually put that in between in the January and figure out something else for February.
February's romance month.
February is romance once, but
No, isn't it?
We can talk about Deadpool.
No, we can't.
Deadpool's not going to be out, is it?
Comes out the 14th.
February?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Talking about Deadpool, Watson.
That is the strangest place to put Deadpool.
Comes out,
Actually, no,
comes out
that
the
makes
14th.
total sense for Deadpool.
Comes out the 14th.
Honestly.
I have a date for that movie with the guy at work. I made a joke that I was going to bring chocolates and flowers.
Yeah, no, that literally February 12th.
Oh, it comes out the 12th. I'm sorry.
That's still, well, that's the Friday
right,
before
well-
Valentine's Day. That's great. We're doing Deadpool, man.
It's over. It's decided.
I was like, yeah,
But
no, it comes out there.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna.
I mean, come on, we have to give Eric something.
You just have to. Yes, we do have to give Eric something.
That's true. All right. Well,
Watson can't deny it.
until then, when I rearrange the schedule again, we will see you guys next month, next year. Have a good.
3 weeks.
Have a good
Actually, do you know what's even better though?
holiday.
Star Wars is in like 5 days.
Oh yeah. By the way, how is Star Wars, everyone? I'm sure you've seen it at this point. The time this has gotten out.
Watson, you have to put this up within 2 days.
2 days, Watson. 2 days.
Anyway, it's been fun, guys. See you guys next year.